with all the angst you may have against the president of Nigeria, I've lived long and grown old in this country, if you may. I do not know at one point or the other where a Muslim leader or president, if you may, like we have now, decides to say, by Christian people, citizens, they're going to have a beautiful Christmas. Just imagine that. It could cost you 30,000. I don't know what it costs now on land for to travel interstate from Lagos to Abia State, for instance. And then the president is saying, you're doing that for 15K instead of 30,000 naira.
Yes, you see, for me.
How beautiful.
No,
how
the,
beautiful.
The good thing is that, the recently released MBS report that shows the rise in inflation, that shows the rise in virtually everything that man is involved in. Anything that reduces that increases my purchasing power of anyone, I am happy about it. I'm happy that where I'm supposed to spend, for example, maybe 30,000, I'll be asked to spend 15,000. What it then means is that I now have an extra 15 bucks to spend around other things. Great, good news. But
and the trains are free. You didn't talk about that.
Yes, the trains are free.
Yeah. So if there's a train from Abuja to Port Harcourt, yes.
From today till January 4th. January 4th.
So it means if I'm coming from Abuja, for instance, and there's a train that takes me from Abuja
to Kaduna.
No, I mean, if there's one from Port Harcourt to Abuja, I don't know how far that is.
No. Those ones are not yet done. What we have is Lagos to Ibadan. Remember that this presidential intervention is based on interstate.
Yes.
And so you might take from Kaduna to Abuja, the train in Kaduna to Abuja. Then you now take the other train, because there's another train from Delta that heads straight to Kogi State.
Okay.
And so along the Edo State axis and all of that. So you have, those are interstate travels.
So that's free. 100% free.
Yes, for train, free. 100% free.
And the National Union of Road Transport Workers said they have also started implementing, they'll start implementing the 50%.
I just hope that...
But Labour is kicking against it, by the way.
No, see, for me as an individual, anything that raises the purchasing power of a Nigerian, I am happy. Even before we look at what are the modalities and how it's going to work, the announcement for me first, it is a good thing to everyone. Just like the governor did to River. Even if it is not everybody in River State, but the civil service, what it means is that their purchasing power has been increased with about 100,000. Good news to everyone involved. And so, whether what Labour is kicking against should be what federal government should quickly look at and say, okay, what are they saying? Could this hinder? Could we have done it this way? And if there's anything to rejig, do it. But please, by all means, the inflation is high on people, on individuals, on families. Anything to reduce that, to take some of those burdens away, I am for it. I love it. I want it. But my call again here is that let the state governors, 36 states of the Federation, including the FCT ministers, see how they can help us key. Why? What it means is that anyone going to the riverine community, they are not part of it. Can the governor of River State, for example, say, okay, those who are going for Christmas in the riverine, can we see a way? Because yours is not interstate.
Yes.
Can we see how to also reduce that? Because you are not a civil servant. I do not benefit from the 100,000. But is there a way some other persons?
But you see, which is what a lot of people have been critiquing about the 100,000. Let me paint a quick picture for you. You just said, I do not benefit from it. If you own a shop,
yes, no. You see,
if you own a shop we're talking about increasing purchasing power.
Very well.
If you own a shop and I come in, I buy a bag of rice for 60,000, for instance, you have benefited from it. It has increased your sales. If I buy a bucket of butter, for instance, or tomato puree or something, it has increased your sales than what it should have been if that money didn't come. So one way or the other, it's going to affect the purchasing power and ensure that there is a better flow of cash within this period.
Remember that the federal government said they are giving 35,000 to civil servants.
Labour said they have not seen it.
No, they would. Some of the agencies said they have received. Now, it means that Daniel Momoh did not get, because I do not work for government. Daniel Momoh didn't get.
I didn't get too, but
I could now benefit if probably maybe I'm going to and interstate travel. I say, okay, oh, part of this I've gotten from the federal government. I'm only saying that.
Okay, so we're looking
Why
at
the
states,
should
yes.
please, the federal government has announced there are places where people also feel this impact of inflation.
Yeah.
Can the state governors say, okay, in our internal affairs, can we say, okay, River State, those who are going to Bonny, going to all these riverine areas, people in Bayelsa who are going to, can we also have a reduction for those who use the boats? Because this is not captured on the federal government. So that as Nigerians, we can then say, oh, the government, meaning whether local government, the state governor, the presidency, oh, Nigerians benefited in this Christmas, wherever that you are looking at it from. Because some person will tell you, oh, okay, I live in River State, probably I'll go to Bonny, I'm not going to Aba, I'm not going to Abuja, I'm not going to these places, I'm not benefiting from government. So I want to implore and call on the state governors to please see how to meet up with the federal government intervention. Because for me, every intervention that raises the purchasing power of a Nigerian, I'm happy and I'm good to go for it.